as a racing driver also, what was it like going to the electric cars, going to FE? I know we'll get into sustainability and everything that you're doing for the electrification of cars as well. Ooh, got a little noise. But yeah, making that switch must have been really particular.
Yes. So it was quite clear that the tendency for electrification was coming along. When I was in F1, the cars started having cares. It was the second year the cars they had cares. Then when I moved to Audi in endurance, I had a hybrid with the front axle electric and the rear axle with combustion. So it was getting more towards electrification. So when Formula E came along, I was like, yeah, this is the future. Understanding a little bit of the physics behind it, you understand that the emissions, the efficiency, and everything makes a lot of sense in the short, medium, long term, depending how you look at it and what exactly we're discussing. But the electrification would come. And then when we jumped into Formula E for the first time, the cars were nothing compared to anything that anyone has ever driven. The cars were very heavy on the rear because the battery still weighs like 300 kilos. The motor is very small. The tires, like I said, they are for all weather conditions. So it was a mixture between a rally car, a Formula car, something very, very hard to drive, very inconsistent to drive.
Quite a lot of understeer, no?
We have everything.
Yeah.
So you have understeer when the tires are cold, massive oversteer when the tires are hot. It's a mess. But it makes it very difficult. So the series is extremely difficult. We had great talent. We had great drivers that arrived and drove in Formula E, but they didn't stay. Jacques Villeneuve, for example, Takuma Sato, Jarno Trulli, and so many others that arrived. They raced. Esteban Gutierrez, so many ex-Formula 1 drivers. I think at least 20 or 25 ex-Formula 1 drivers that they came to Formula E and they didn't adapt and they moved on because it's such, like we discussed, it's such particular expertise that you need to develop, that you need to put a lot of focus and effort to do so. And some of the drivers, they didn't understand and they didn't care, or they didn't understand and they couldn't understand. So it was
get frustrated and then it's a downward spiral.
And then you try to overdrive, you try to push, you're pushing too much, it doesn't work.